All right, Mr. TALIAFERRO TV, how's everybody doing out there? Now, I'm just sitting back like you guys are and watching the Golden State Warriors. Okay, I'm going to be honest with y'all. Completely transparent. Initially, when I seen this story run today, I was like, and so what? Every team argues. I think the Golden State Warriors get so bored with the NBA sometimes midway through the season, they create storylines. And so I was just like you, thinking to myself, so what? They argued over a game. So let me break down what happened, and we'll get right back into the story. Last night, the Warriors lost to the Clippers, all right? Now, the Clippers are playing some really good basketball right now, but in regards to the Warriors, they're missing Steph Curry. I love Kevin Durant. I think Kevin Durant's a better basketball player than Steph Curry, but let's make it clear. Steph Curry is more intricate to that Golden State Warriors offense than Kevin Durant is. It's just a fact. So, in regards to KD, he's just not as important. He can't make that offense click like Steph Curry can. Steph Curry's been out the last few games battling an injury. So they was short man last night. Draymond had been out a few games before that as well, and he came back, and pretty much down the stretch, it was a tie game, 106 apiece, regulation, and Draymond Green got a rebound, and he could have dished the ball to Kevin Durant. I mean, Kevin Durant's calling for the basketball. You know, Kevin Durant's a super clutch player. Kevin Durant's like, yo, let me get the rock. This is what I used to deal with Russell Westbrook, you know? And in regards to KD, he wanted to rock. Draymond's got the ball, dribbling, and Draymond keeps it. He never passes to KD. By the way, KD had a 30-point triple-double last night. And in regards to not getting the basketball, Draymond ended up tripping and falling. And he tripped and fell, and they ended up going to overtime and losing. Now, after the trip and fall at the end of regulation, KD and Draymond got into it. All right, KD ended up fouling out of the game. It was one of those games, just one of those ones where emotions were high. The Warriors are not playing their best basketball right now. I'm going to be honest. During the regular season, a lot of nights, Kevin Durant is the only guy that's always available to play. You know, and I think we outside looking in, we look at that team and we think everything's always dandy in Golden State. And to a degree, obviously the game of basketball is much easier when you got all your weapons and how fluid they pass the basketball. But let's make it clear. Sean Livingston is out. Iguodala's kind of banged up again. Draymond had been out up until that last game. Steph is out right now. And with Klay Thompson, you never know what you're going to get. Obviously, he always brings it defensively. But there are a lot of nights where his jumper ain't falling and he just don't got it. All right, that's the reality. He could go for 60 or he could go for 8. Hopefully, you get somewhere in between. Right? Like that. There are nights when Klay just doesn't have it. KD is probably the most available guy on that team. He hasn't gotten hurt over the last few years. And I do feel like the Warriors leave him out on the island a lot of nights and they're not available. So after KD and Draymond have their argument, I'm like, yo, it is what it is. All right, good teams argue. They're competitors. These are some of the greatest basketball players in the world. They want to figure it out. Draymond's at least a top 30, top 40 guy, right? KD's one of the 2 best basketball players in the world. I ain't mad at that. They go into the locker room. Reports start to surface that KD and Draymond got into it again. And Klay Thompson had to step in and kind of stop it, right? By the way, Klay stopping an argument is phenomenally hilarious to me. Now, I'm like, all right, bro. It is what it is. KD, he wants to get in. Draymond wants to get into it with guys like KD. That's Draymond's personality. You know, Draymond was the guy that convinced KD to join that team. I'm like, okay, that's nothing. But then something came out. And I thought this was interesting. So for all the non-Warrior fans out there, there's a lot of you guys out there, you might want to put an asterisk by this moment. You might want to note this one. This could be something in the future. Draymond brought up something about Kevin Durant's free agency. Now, KD's like, you should have passed the ball to me. According to multiple reports, they're in the locker room arguing, and KD's like, you should have passed me that damn basketball. And I agree. Draymond should not be taking late game shots, dribbling up and down the court. Look, Draymond, when you're the 4th option on the team and somebody passes you to rock for a late game shot, when you're wide open, take that shot then. But Draymond like got it from the backcourt and dribbled like he was like the guy. When Kevin Durant, again, one of the 2 best basketball players in the world, is there. Like Draymond doesn't need to be taking shots when KD and Klay are on the court. Period. He don't need to be taking late game shots like that. That's why KD left OKC. KD's like, yo, now you don't pass the ball to me? You treat me like Rush treated me. So they're arguing. KD's like, you should have passed the ball, Draymond. They're in the locker room arguing after the loss. And you know things get expunge. Well, things get exponentially worse when you lose, right? And they lost that game. And then KD's like, you should have passed the ball. Draymond responds with something about free agency. We don't know exactly what Draymond said, but according to reports, it's something along the lines of, you won't even commit to us long term. You know, with Golden State. Kevin Durant is a free agent this summer. Now, I'm like, okay, that's something small, but, you know, whatever. I couldn't confirm that it actually happened. But Draymond Green got suspended for tonight's game against the Atlanta Hawks in Golden State. At that time, I thought, okay, there is something there. He must have said something to piss KD off. Y'all know KD's, I don't call people soft. I don't want to call him sensitive, but I will say this. He had a backup Twitter account. All right? So he's, you know, all right. KD, he's an emotionally invested basketball player. That's the best way I can put that. When Draymond got suspended and they called it conduct detrimental to the team, Bob Myers came out, made a statement. Steve Kerr made a statement before the game. Said it was an internal issue with the team that he didn't want to address publicly. I'm thinking in my mind, okay, there's something there. Draymond probably did say something about Kevin Durant and free agency. And then whatever it was, it must have hurt. For them to suspend him for a game? Like, they're already down a superstar in Steph. You suspended him again. And I'm shooting this video like, I'm shooting this video pretty late. The game is going on right now. Last time I checked, the Hawks were leading that game. I'm looking at the scoreboard right now. It's a 3-point game. The Golden State Warriors have just took the lead. There is no reason why the Atlanta Hawks should be keeping up with the Golden State Warriors. The Atlanta Hawks are trying to tank. So the fact that, you know, the Warriors will put themselves in this situation to be this wide open to another loss. I mean, you know, the Denver Nuggets are winning a lot of games right now. Houston's starting to surge. They got rid of Carmelo and they're starting to play better basketball. The Warriors still want that #1 seed. You know, that was a very tough series that they had last year with Houston. They can have home court. Obviously, it would be better. So I'm just saying, let's put an asterisk by this moment. It's enough for me to put an asterisk by this moment and say, this is something. Maybe Kevin Durant, who maybe he was already thinking about leaving Golden State. Maybe the guys around the locker room already know he's leaving Golden State after the year. Maybe he wanted his 3 rings and he's out. It's 3 rings, 3 final MVPs. I'm 30, 31 years old. Now I can go do whatever I want to do in my life. I've won. What are you going to say about me now? Maybe that's what Durant wants to do. Maybe the guys around the locker room know. I'm sure Durant and Draymond are pretty close. But the GM of the Warriors said Kevin Durant and Draymond Green haven't talked since that incident happened. And if Draymond said something out of line that makes KD be like, yo, are you even my friend? Like, why would you say some bullshit like that? If he said something out of line like, yo, where you gonna go? You can't lead a team. If you go leave after free agency, you gonna do the same mess somewhere else. Or that's why you left OKC and came to us, because you couldn't win on your own, because you calling for the ball instead of demanding. You know what I mean? If Draymond said something along those lines and pissed KD off, he might consider leaving. You know, and maybe this is a thing that we look back towards the end of the season, and maybe the Warriors go on a losing streak. Maybe we look at this moment like, okay, maybe it ain't all peaches and dandies in this Golden State locker room. This is their last season playing in the arena, going to a new building. A lot of pressure gonna come with that. You know, if Kevin Durant signs long term, you know, Klay's a free agent this year too. If the Warriors re-sign KD and Klay, and I'm gonna do more videos on this going forward. If the Warriors re-sign KD and Klay, Draymond knows he can't get a max deal. The Warriors would be over $500 million in luxury tax if they signed Steph, KD, Klay, and Draymond all the max deals. That'd be $500 million over the luxury tax. They could get close to $1 billion in luxury tax, depending on what numbers they give everybody. KD said he's done taking smaller deals than what he can, you know, get. He wants to max out this summer, wherever he plays. If he wants to max out, if Klay wants to max out, which he deserves, that Draymond's a free agent the next summer. He will have no choice to leave. So maybe Draymond, who, again, the guy who wanted KD to come, maybe he's looking at his situation like, yo, we've won a ring without Durant before. Maybe he's looking up like, yo, if I can push KD out of town, I can get my max deal here in Golden State. I'm just saying, it looks like Draymond will be the odd man out if the Warriors decide to sign KD and Klay long term. We will talk about that more on my platform tomorrow. But yeah, man, trouble in paradise, maybe. We're gonna put a little asterisk by this moment because it could mean something down the line, as Draymond Green did get suspended for tonight's game against the Atlanta Hawks. Y'all talk to me in the comment box below. Y'all tell me what y'all think. I'm out. I came from nothing, but I want everything God has for me. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I still represent the culture.
All the kids, they are now tuned in.
Yo, we locked in right now, Mr.
Mr. Taliaferro.
Mr. Taliaferro. Shout out to Mr. Taliaferro.
You watching Mr. Taliaferro TV.
Mr. Taliaferro TV. Here with the Triple B's, you can't do nothing but win.